Hi, gang, sexy. Back into the Ardennes. All right, massive changes. All right, so first, and I'm not completely sold yet, but at first I thought, all right, the Americans are getting too much, and the Germans just don't. I mean, they've got some good units, but I just didn't feel like they had enough pushing power. And then some barrages came through, which actually the Americans followed up on their half of the turn with some good barrages too, and got some decent attacks, took some risky attacks, and got some good high die rolls. And as you can see, this mess in here got broken up, and the Germans moved up and took Bastogne. Okay, granted, he's in there. They just surrounded him. He wasn't there, but these guys were, and they attacked him. They took a one-step loss, the Allies did. Now, what's going to happen to him? He's probably going to get cut off out of supply unless these guys can come up here and break this up and give him a path again. And interesting thing is supply gets checked after the Germans do everything. So in reality, he's still considered in supply until the end of their phase, with the last step in their phase is supply. So he's okay. I'm assuming this is Patton that has arrived, and he is starting to crash in the lower flank, the southern flank here of the Germans. And a mechanized unit, a mobile unit, the 15th Panzer Grenadier, instead of sending them to the front, I had to send them over here to help eat up some, to try to stop some of this. But unless they can actually attack, I don't think they're going to get much, because the American infantry units have great defensive values. And a majority of the German units don't really have that dramatic of an offensive power, at least not Panzer Grenadiers. So this is probably going to collapse. They did take a victory location back right in here, okay? An attack right there. They drove the Germans back, or drove them out. Now that bridge is blown, so it doesn't matter, but they did take that victory location back. All right, now here's the other thing that happened. It has taken almost the entire game. They finally took Saint-Vith, the Germans did. So between Bastogne and Saint-Vith, they got 8 victory points between those two towns, okay? So the only multiple town hexes they got, Clairvaux, they finally took Clairvaux. All right, so those Bastogne, Clairvaux, and Saint-Vith are the only multi-point ones they've taken. Now, this pocket here, which if you look at the terrain of the Ardennes, you can just see it on these maps. Almost most maps you look at. This seems to be the alley right through here, going towards Bastogne and out the other side. Only problem is the Meuse River is over that way. Well, I'm sure it's over here too, but the crossings are that way headed to Antwerp. So they would have to make sort of a 45-degree right turn once they clear Bastogne and start heading that way. And I don't know if they're going to get that far, because the Germans are pretty much whittled down to Volksgrenadier units coming on. They're even going to have to withdraw the Führer Brigade, okay? They're going to end up withdrawing them, and the Americans still got some decent reinforcements coming in. All right, the big fight over here. The Germans have just 2 SS Panzer divisions just stuck right here. This one just got smacked in the face. He got smacked in the face. These guys aren't making any ground, but they are keeping a lot of Allied forces, American forces, occupied. Hell, I've already had to bring the British up to help quell the crossings here at Houffalize, right there, and Bastogne to try to slow them down. And those British armor units, there's 3 units, all 6 combat attack strength. So, and they didn't, that attack right there, if they could have got a barrage on that guy in Bastogne, it probably would have made that attack better. But I think they rolled a 3 with a -2 column shift to the left. None of the artillery hit. You've got to get, which the Allies have it easier, you've got to get these independent artillery units where they can, you need to get 2 or 3 of them where they can focus on these breakthrough points of the Germans, all right? The Germans are probably going to break here on this coming up turn in Houffalize. They've got enough force right in here to deal with Bastogne, the units around Bastogne, and we'll have to see. I think anything that comes on for the Americans in this next turn is going to have to, they're going to have to focus right to this area. May end up even having to pull some stuff off the line over here and skedaddle back this way to help, because there's not much progression going on over here. Although I think around Saint-Vith, the Germans, See, this is it for their combat forces right in here. So they're not going to spread too far if they come out of there. And you got a pretty good size 82nd Airborne sitting right in here. They were moving forward to attack. Matter of fact, yeah, they did. They hit this Tiger tank unit right here and reduced him a step. So, but yeah, hey, it's, this 23rd through the 22nd through the 24th. Now it's Christmas Day, and we're going to see what happens on Christmas Day. Do we all take a break and eat a ham dinner or open up presents, or do we continue the fight? Pretty sure we're going to continue to fight. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon.